Check, check, check. How's everybody doing? What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which means time for another chill stream. We're gonna hang out for a little while, see if there's any relevant, interesting game industry news to talk about, and of course, as I promised last stream, which was yesterday, might just get into some Doom 2016. I downloaded it earlier today so that we could get up in there and compare Doom 2016 to Doom the Dark Ages. So I've been playing Doom the Dark Ages on live stream, got about 4 missions in, and I was super I wasn't like thrilled with it. It's kind of easy, kind of not that intense. So we're going to get into some Doom, play some Doom on Nightmare, and just kind of compare and contrast that. Doffy, apparently he is 9 a.m. stroke sesh. Well, I'm never goon on that. Hashtag never goon. No exceptions. I'm at work, so that's going to be a no from me. Yeah, definitely no. Don't, not on the clock, not ever. Hashtag never goon. 70 free bucks. Can't beat that. Michael, welcome to the stream. Vodka, as always. And the 14 other people currently watching. What's going on? We're hanging out. Let's see if there's any... Yeah, I saw a couple of days ago, Marathon has been delayed indefinitely. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Oh, and apparently Little Nightmares is getting a showcase. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's check out this Marathon delay. Hashtag never go. Hell yeah! You see, now we're talking. Now you're getting into the good stuff. That's right. Work at a school, not wanting. Definitely not in that case. That's a hard no. No, soft no. Finally have 2 days off again. Work has made chaos. Damn, dude. Well, good day to have off, so we can get into some Doom later. Great evening, everyone. What's up, Dizzy? Welcome. It should be delayed. Yeah, that's something I wanna look at. Maybe talk about a little bit. Marathon has been indefinitely delayed, and I've seen different people have different takes. So it very likely ends up development hell at this point. Oh man. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say hopefully not or not. Also, welcome, Katrina. Welcome to the stream. I've seen different people have different takes on what needs to be done to Marathon to resolve it. And I think I disagree with most of the takes. I think one channel I like a lot, Luke Stevens, said he thinks that it should be delayed until they get that 4th map ready, get all the game modes ready. And basically finish out what they were working on, and then release like a finished game. I think they need another character, and I think they need a character that looks more like the original Marathon protagonist. The biggest problem I have with the game is that it looks like a candy wrapper. It looks like plastic keys that you would jingle in front of an infant child. I think they need to... You don't even have to change anything. Keep all the stuff the way that it is, but you've got to like integrate something a little bit different. You've got to give people more than just a candy wrapper. That's just my opinion. But I think I don't think they're gonna get away with it no matter what they do, unless they change that aesthetic just a little bit. You don't really need to take anything out. You need to add some stuff in. Seems so faithful to the originals. And yeah, no, not at all. How's that Halo coming along? We're going to play some Doom 2016 tonight. Not some Halo, but Halo is coming. Make Halo Reach 2. How would you even do that? It would have to just be set different characters in the same thing. Why not make it its own thing? You mean the new Marathon? Because they're trying to take advantage of an IP that they own. Little Nightmares 1 and 2 are good games. Yeah, my girlfriend was a big fan of both of those, so I think she's going to be excited to see that they're doing a showcase. Matta here. Damn, Sam. So you only show up for some Halo, huh? Well, I will put it in the thumbnail and in the title when we do some Halo. It's got to happen eventually, brother. Halo Reach 2. Well, I mean, I guess they could make a Halo Reach 2 and set it across the events of the Fall of Reach book, but that's just not going to happen. Just a 15-hour cutscene of Smashed Helmet. Very art house. Yeah, now we're getting into some good ideas. That's just the helmet. Smashed. You'd think. You would think. Do you like Doom 2016? I do too. It's my favorite Doom game. We're going to be comparing it to the other Doom games here shortly. So, back to Marathon. Some of their immediate focus areas will be, they're going to delay it indefinitely, and some of the things they're going to be working on, more challenging and engaging AI encounters, more rewarding runs with new types of loot and dynamic events, because that's going to fix the problem. Make combat more tense and strategic. How are you going to do that? Make it more tense and strategic? Are you going to completely revitalize the entire gameplay loop? Like, what's your plan to implement that? That sounds like somebody just made that up. They're like, shit, we got to tell them we're working on something. Doubling down on the Marathon universe. Increased visual fidelity. Yeah, because people were criticizing how the graphics. The visual fidelity, that's what people were criticizing. More narrative and environmental storytelling to discover and interact with. Here's the good one. Listen. A darker tone that delivers on the themes of the original trilogy. That's on Bungie.net. That is something they're committing to. They have delayed it indefinitely, and one of the things that they have committed to, the sentence, the exact official statement sentence on the Marathon team, a darker tone that delivers on the themes of the original trilogy. That's it. That's the most important thing, in my opinion. I think if they can deliver something that looks more intense, we really could be seeing a Sonic the Hedgehog movie situation here. Do you guys remember when they announced Sonic the Hedgehog and he looked fucking ugly? And people said this looks bad. And the studio didn't do that thing that Hollywood loves it when they do this. Whenever a studio gets criticized from the fans and the studio goes, we're going to give you shit, you're going to like it. The producers and directors and actors laud that studio. They're like, yeah, you stood up to those wretched, disgusting fan base. Fuck them. Hollywood hates that shit. The Sonic movie didn't do that. The Sonic movie said, oh, you don't like this design? Well, we'll just fix it. Oh, the fans don't like the way Sonic looks. It looks bad. Well, we'll just fix it. We'll just make it look different. And so they did that. Bungie isn't Bungie anymore. They threw away their OG team. Only expect it to be awful because it's all they know. Well... Could be, man, but I'm trying to be optimistic. There's a lot changing in the industry right now, brother. There's a lot changing. But teams have changed once. They can change again. People are going to get fired, hired, come in, come out. Yo, sup, man? Big fan of your Jack videos. Redemption, I got good news for you, brother. I'm over halfway through with the editing of the Jack 3 video. Planning to drop it this coming Sunday. So that's, and then after that, I'm actually going straight into Jack X. So it's going to be Jack 3, then Jack X. So I'm gonna try to get more consistent with handling sequel entries instead of doing game, 2 different videos, game 2, 2 different videos, game 3. So it's gonna be Jack 3 and then Jack X. Who told you this lie? Brother, nobody told me this lie. I talk about video games for a living. I investigate. I look at studios. I see that people are getting laid off. I see that some people are getting fired. Some new people are coming in. Banned from MCC again, so I'm sticking around. Hold your applause, please. They should fix if the majority of people don't like it. You're selling a product. I agree, Dizzy. I'm with you on that. Hang on, I gotta catch up on some chats. Marathon does not look fun to play. They need to overhaul the whole game. They just need to fix a few things, but yeah. Looks different, plays different, has no story in common. I don't think it shares the name. Yes, that was the case, but they're promising they're going to change that. I'm not saying they will. I'm not saying they will. So if they announce another teaser and it looks just as bad, don't come at me and be like, see, it still looks bad. I'm not saying they're going to fix it. I'm saying that they're saying they're going to fix it. And I'm saying I hope they fix it. I'm not placing bets here. Can't wait until Sunday for Jack 3. It's good. It's a cool. I have a lot of good things to say about Jack 3. So, Jack X, the racing game. Damn, okay. Yeah, so I'm doing the whole series. So it's Jack 3, and then I'm doing Jack X, the racing game, and then Jack the Lost Frontier, and then Daxter will just be a part in the full series compilation video that I do later. let it burn. I don't want to think like this anymore. You see, that's what I'm saying, Vodka. I'm very similar to you, where I've had that kind of let it burn mentality for a long time. But the thing is, how long do you let a bad building... Eventually, the building burns down. You can't just chant let it burn when there's just ashes left. You know, eventually rebuilding has to begin. And when people come in and start trying to rebuild the building and build back something similar to the building that you liked originally, you can't say, no, let it burn. It's not burning anymore. It's burned down. You have to participate and say, okay, let's try to, now that we've got things kind of working towards our way, we got to get back into the positivity. We got to say, look, you fucked up. The games for the last 10 years have been shit. Bad. I'm not saying otherwise, but when we start seeing changes for the better, we can't just keep going, no, you missed your chance. Games sucked for 10 years. It's over. No more. I hate games now forever. Can't do that. Can't do that. Otherwise, you're just going to be miserable forever. Whenever the industry stops for a second, says, okay, we're sorry. We tried something. Didn't work. We screwed up. Let's fix this. We want to start making games good again. You got to say, okay, this is what I wanted. All right. I'm willing to, let's work on this. Let's get some good shit going. So, assuming Bungie keeps this promise and delivers on these things, more intense combat, darker tone that delivers on darker themes, things like this, if they do it, I'll play it. These guys only know how to repurpose, not rebuild. When they burn, they won't be able to rebuild. Enjoy the old games. Those and indies will be all we have. By the way, stream cut out. That might just be for you. Everything's on the up and up on my end, but I don't know. Streamlabs is glitchy sometimes, so I'm not entirely sure. Somebody somewhere knows how to build. That's just not how human reality functions. Things don't get built once and then burn down and never come back again. That's actually the opposite. Once something is burned down, someone somewhere eventually rebuilds it. That's when Rome burned down, a bunch of people didn't just scatter and never build another civilization again. That's not how it worked. People scattered and recollected, reconvened, and began to build back up. It can't be nothing forever, right? So I'm not saying new games are going to be good, but I am saying that we're seeing a pretty major shift back in a better direction. It's not what it used to be. Games are not half as good now as they were, but things are moving in a better direction. And if the consumers don't vocalize support for that direction shift, it's not going to continue. Because that's just how it works. When someone starts doing good things, if you don't reward them and say, hey, you're doing a good thing, they're going to stop. And they're going to go back to doing the other thing that they were trying to do to begin with. If you rebuild it, they will come. Yeah, they will. I mean, I look at Atomic Heart 2's announcement. It had its haters, of course, but the majority of people were like, yo, this looks fire. I didn't love the Cube multiplayer thing, but they showed Acts of Blood at Summer Games Fest, which was crazy. I've been following that game for, I think, close to a year, maybe. And that's one of the most excited video games I have, right? It's an indie game, admittedly, but it's got a lot of potential. That was what I saw about that Alters game. The commentary was that they made an amazing AA experience for $15 million that AAA studios can't match with hundreds of millions of budget. Yeah, it's not even that they can't match it. We don't have to get into all of that. A lot of studios aren't being allowed to make good games. That's a whole rant I'll just say for a while. We talked about this yesterday morning. Money incentivizes direction. If people are buying the trash, it will never change. They're not, though, Sam. They're not buying the trash. That is just not... Again, I follow a couple of channels and a couple of people who like do deep dives into the actual numbers on these video games and how they perform. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of loud lies on Twitter and the like that is sharing this idea that a lot of these garbage games are performing very well. It's just not the case. Some of them are. So, like, Fortnite is doing really well, or that gacha game called Honkai Star Rail. That it's shit, and people spend billions on it. That's just true. But some of these other garbage games, like Concord, it's people didn't buy that game. Concord's failure is why Marathon is delayed. I promise you. When Sony saw people saying Marathon was going to be Concord 2, they backed that shit up. They did that because people didn't buy Concord. It's just not true that people are buying trash. Fortnite. Nintendo, well, that's different. Nintendo has built a structure of a fan base. Like, they have a structure of fans who will buy whatever they make, whenever they make it, however they make it. Doesn't let you play it after 7 p.m. because it makes you angry. Oh my gosh. A lot of horse trading that goes on, like Hollywood Flops, where it turns out that marketing budget was 50% of the overall, so they could make a loss on tax. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Definitely a lot of that. The AAA companies need to stop making games so expensive so that there's no way to ever make a profit. There's some. I theorize there's some kind of Ponzi scheme going on there, some kind of like, they are not dumping that much money into these games expecting to make it back plus profit. There's something weird going on, some kind of laundering or something. I think a portion of the video game industry has been hijacked and is being used to like launder money by some kind of millionaires or something. I think that was the last newest game release date wise I bought was Dead Island 2. I forgot about that game. I didn't like the first Dead Island, so. Has developed an environment exploiting their fan base to remain complacent, but this isn't exclusive. Games are products, not art these days. Well, I've talked about this on stream before, but that line between art and product is very thin, and a little too much of either or, and it goes too far in the wrong direction. I've played games that are definitely art, and they are not trying to be a product, and they fucking suck. They're anti-consumer. And it's not good. They're artful. They're sending a message. They are a piece of art that is expressing the desires of the creator, but they're so not consumer friendly that they need it to be more of a product, to be a better game. And they just fucking suck. Too far in the other direction, and you just have an exploitive money-making scheme with microtransactions and shit. It's a very fine line. It has to be art. It has to have the story and the passion and the soul of the art half, but it has to have the caring of the consumer, the quality of life, the foresight of I want the person consuming this art to enjoy it. That makes it a product. It's a very delicate balance. A lot of games have been able to strike a very good balance on that. The Halo games, Sam, obviously are great examples. Those are fucking products, but they're also art. I think Death Stranding 1 is an example of a game that is a little too much art and a little not as much consumer. Neat examples. I love Halo. That Infinite you like so much as a storefront designed around whales to exploit vulnerable people. No care, just profit, exclusive profit. Yeah, but I haven't spent a dime on Halo Infinite beyond buying the campaign one time, and I unlocked most of that armor playing casually. I didn't find Halo Infinite to be exploitive. Like, they had a shop, but all multiplayer games have shops now. You can't really get away from it. It doesn't matter who made Halo. If you got the original Bungie staff back, it would have that. That's not a factor of who's making it or how they're making it. That's a result of the modern industry. It's not even whether or not they would want to or not. It's Microsoft would tell them, if you had the exact team if you plucked them out of 2008, or let's say 2005, while they're developing Halo 3, if you plucked them in their exact state with their exact mindsets and put them now, it would have a storefront because Microsoft would tell them it's going to. That's a Microsoft thing. And it doesn't reflect positively on Halo Infinite, but I think they did a decent enough job balancing it because I didn't spend a dime, and anytime I wanted an armor, I could get it pretty easily by putting in like less than 8 hours in a week. That was my experience though, but I didn't think it was. I've played games where it was so like grindy that it wasn't worth it. The OG Mark 4 and 5 are $20 exclusives. That's BS, no notes. That's unacceptable. It doesn't matter if you or I fell for it. That's not Halo. It's not OG gaming. It's undefendable. Well, what do you want to do? I guess I could kill myself. I can't say that on stream. I'm joking. It's the industry. It's just, if you want to say it's undefendable, games shouldn't have it. You're standing on a hill saying you can't build a building here where the building's been there for 10 years, and people will imprison you if you try to take it down. It's just that's a lost battle. I appreciate you standing on that hill. I get it. I don't like having storefronts in multiplayer games either, but there's no way that it wouldn't be there. Doesn't matter who made the game. It doesn't matter what studio handled it. There, maybe in 5 more years, if the entire fan base pushes back enough, the developers and studios will step back away from the microtransactions. But I will be shocked if that happens. And I'm on your side, by the way. Don't build. I'm saying build something worth it. Well, that's just, you have hang on, I gotta read some of these other things. Anti-consumer is locking New Game Plus behind a paywall. Yeah, that's insane. Death Stranding always seemed like a cult movie in video game form. It was never going to be gangbusters out of the gates. It needed to percolate out to the right audience. I agree with that. Saying Death Stranding is like a French film trying too hard with its message, not really being a game. Yeah, I actually agree with both of you. It is, both of those things I think are true. I'm so glad you made that joke. I shouldn't make jokes like that on stream. I don't think YouTube likes it. But they won't. No, they won't. You're right about that. When it comes to a consumer market, there's a lot of tiny battles happening all over the place. The studio is battling with the publisher at all times, even when they get along. The publisher doesn't give a fuck about art. They don't care. They couldn't care less. They want profit. They want bottom line. I'm not even saying that in some kind of like pretentious art house negative way. It's like they don't get the art. I'm just saying that's the reality. They're saying I will front up hundreds of millions of dollars, or even like for AA games, millions of dollars, which it takes millions of dollars to make AA games. I mean, Jak 2 was fronted for $15 million in 2001 and 2. You know what I mean? Even back then, these games cost millions of dollars to make, and you had to have a publisher saying, we'll front you these millions of dollars to make this product for us. So, you know what I'm saying? Sounds like you need to become a games industry executive and find some angel investors, Sam. Well, no, angel investors would never invest in a studio that said something along the lines of, having a storefront in our game is defacing the game. You lose all publishers with that. You lose them all. None of them want to invest in that. I mean, no millionaire investors anyway. The only fan base strong enough to do anything are the Helldivers 2 fan base. Not even, brother. Not even. Helldivers 2 has a fucking store shop. It's got microtransactions littering it. And, I mean, I love Helldivers 2, but there's you can't undo that. It's just the reality of it, is what I'm trying to say. Games cost a lot of money, and most studios have to acquiesce in certain things in order to secure that funding. Like, look at Dead Space 3, for example. It is inarguable that game is not great. And it's not great, not due to any fault of the studio. Visceral Games, completely capable and talented enough to make a fantastic Dead Space 3. Dead Space 3 was a mess because EA Games, the publisher, was forcing in a bunch of changes to fuck it up. And it wasn't all at once, you know what I mean? The ultimatum on the table was do what we want or no Dead Space 3, and probably no studio, and you all lose your jobs. So of course they're going to acquiesce, but it's not like EA came into the meeting one day and said, okay, more guns, cover system, microtransactions, whenever they go to the workbench, show them a bunch of things they can buy. That's not how it works. They came in and they said, hey, do you think there's any way that you can maybe make it a little bit more action-y, like Gears of War or something? And the studio said, well, that doesn't really fit. I'm not really sure how that works. And the studio said, okay, well, we'll just try. You know, we really want more action. And then 6 months of development later, they ask for, hey, so our market research is showing that video games perform better when they have storefronts. Can we get that? Can we get a storefront in your game? And then Visceral says, fuck, a storefront? Well, we didn't have anything like that in the first two. And like, yeah, well, we really want that. So for this next submission for your milestone, we want to see a storefront. So it's not like the studio is just like, no, we're putting our foot down. They don't have a choice. Only interested in the moment. They don't think long-term anymore. Exploitation born from greed is their game. Nothing I'd pitch would be attractive because I'd want to build a legacy. They want instant return. I mean, yeah, that's everything you just said is correct, at least in terms of my experience. I don't have a game or anything. I'm actually reading an email right now regarding something that I can't talk about, but sorry guys, this is really important. I have to do something with this. I'm here, so keep dropping chats. I'm here. This is just mad important. I have to deal with it right now. Okay, I had that taken care of. I don't have any games that I've developed or anything, so it might seem like I don't know what I'm talking about, which is fair, right? But believe it or not, I have been distantly involved in a bunch of smaller projects for the past 5 or so years, and I've done little bits of work across probably 10 or 12 indie projects that most of which either didn't get released or haven't been released yet. And I've had to deal with making pitch documents and proposals and talking to investors and stuff. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I have experience dealing with shit like that. Is always correct. So when I say MCC is the way, I'm not lying. Everything I say is always correct. Somebody, do I have a Giga Chad? Do I have a Giga Chad? Yeah, let's get one of those in. Everything I say is always correct. Evan is a voice actor. I knew it. No, I have not done any voice acting work for a video game. I've done it for some motion comics on YouTube, but never for a video game. I've never even been asked. I think I got asked for one, but that hasn't manifested into anything. I'm talking about more so like writing and consulting. And music. I've done several tracks for several indie games. One of which is actually out, but there's an old story about IBM execs going into business conference in Japan ready to spell out their long-term 5-year plan. Then the head of Matsushita got up to explain their long-term plan and started in 100 years' time. Kind of shows the difference between traditional Western and Eastern companies, although that seems to be shifting. Yeah, gosh, there's a lot going on in that. I don't even know where to start. Painkiller reboot made the players look like John Painkiller. I hope that's good, by the way. 5-year plan sucks. Well, the problem, most people who do plan making are really fucking bad at it. So if you guys remember, Bungie, going back to Bungie, had a 10-year plan for Destiny. Big 10-year plan. And it kept getting massively changed because they you know, the technology was changing, reception was changing, publishers were requesting different things. And it's not because making a 10-year plan is a bad idea. It's because most people who make plans are fucking terrible at plan making. In order to create a proper plan, you have to be very flexible with the details and inflexible on the hard concepts. But a lot of Western studios are very inflexible on the details and very flexible on the hard concepts, and that's a huge problem. Better be Halo. No, it's Destiny. The other Bungie IP has good planners. I actually don't think that's true. I don't think Fortnite has good planners. I think Fortnite and Epic Games has really good intuitive they're opportunists is what that's what I don't know how to say they have opportunity skills, but they're very good opportunists. They're very good at adapting, overcoming, and surviving. Those are two sides of the same coin. Being really good at seizing opportunities and being really good at long-term planning. You can get by with one or the other, but optimally you kind of have you'd have two different people who kind of handle both. Yeah, it's intense stuff out there. Game development is, and especially with the saturation. I better wait on that. All right. Man, this marathon thing though. Bear Grylls, yeah. I'm not saying that I'm the best planner in the world, but I do have enough introspection to know that I have a tendency to be the planner type. I think I'm decent at seizing opportunities, but I'm definitely much better at like long-term planning. So I talked to a bunch of other YouTubers, and all of them have always been surprised at how far in advance I plan out what games I'm going to cover. So most YouTubers I know, they go video by video, or at the very least, they think about like doing a series and they mix it up. But most of them I know go video by video. They don't know what they might have an idea for which video they want to do right after the video that they've done. I think you're on the wrong channel, Blonded World. I think they have a hard time thinking 5 hours ahead. A lot of people do. Just to clarify in the chat, I obviously have a girlfriend. I'm not LGBT. I don't know what this person is talking about. Van Helsing video 5 years in advance. No, that one was only planned out like 2 or 3 months in advance. But I do have a list. I have two lists. I have a list for this year and I have a list for next year. And it's got a bunch of different games that I want to cover this year, do retrospectives on, and then a bunch of stuff I want to cover next year and also do retrospectives on. So that's kind of how far I'm planning out in advance for a lot of things. Pretty soon I want to hop into that Doom 2016 for that play comparison. Alright, this person is a troll. That's not real, and that never happened. Yeah, let's get you out of here. Dude is higher in the wrong channel. Yeah, that's crazy. Bro doesn't even know who the hell I am. So, yeah, we only have room in here for one troll to constantly demand that I play the MCC, which has got to happen at some point. We gotta get some MCC in here. R.I.P. Blonde dude. Yeah, nah, don't rest in peace, fucking trolls. This is like that time where this is like the opposite, because last time I had a bunch of like far right wingers coming in here to give me a hard time and like spamming slurs in the chat. This time I have like left-wing people coming in here. It's crazy. It's one or the other. It's what I get for being apolitical so often. God, I could laugh at that. Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, this I have a lot of passive, like, distant experience with like game development. I've worked with several indie teams. It's just a fashion of the industry is a lot of these games either don't get greenlit, they don't make it to release. You guys have no idea how many really cool indie game pitches that I've seen that never manifested. That just because lack of funding, or the team was trying to just like grind it out with no investor and like be independent and self-published, and it just didn't work out. It's brutal. Like I'm currently eyeing several interesting indie titles that I crossing my finger actually end up getting released. One of which is being done by a friend of mine. He's killing it so far. But a lot of these games, they don't get released because they have no funding. So what ends up happening is you get a studio who tries to acquiesce once they get a funder because they don't want to lose that funding, because that funding, that money, that publishing investment is the only thing standing between their game not being released and their game being released. Super right-wing Batman 64, let's hang out. It's going down apparently in my chat. Making game is very difficult. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. Because you've got to think about it, man. I mean, there's studios that use a lot of asset flips, so they'll buy assets and stuff. There's teams that in studios that'll use asset flips to avoid having to make every single model in a game. But a lot of teams don't want to do that because it's kind of a bad look. Hate this broken automatic door at my job. Damn, yeah. But there's a lot of studios who... you know, if people are playing your game, your indie game, and they recognize models from another indie game, it gives them a bad feeling. They don't love how that looks, you know? They're like, oh, I recognize this. I'm kind of taken out of this experience. So it typically benefits studios to make all of their own original models. And I'm using models as an example, but ultimately that crosses over to every facet of game development. So we're talking about music, models, sound effects, textures. Textures is a big one. A lot of games reuse textures and you don't even know it's happening because it's a little easier to get away with that one. Voice lines, and then just building the environments. It's so much. Poor old Chris Roberts. He can barely scrape together money for his game ideas. Is Chris Roberts the guy who's doing Star Citizen, or is that somebody else? Bro is having a hard time. Fake cop and insultingly rude and ugly as hell. I don't know what bro is talking about. Is Chris Roberts the guy doing... Or am I thinking of somebody else? Okay, so it is Star Citizen. Yeah. That's what happens when complacency takes over. Squadron 47 has been in development for like 10 years or something like that. Hang on, that game is apparently feature complete, or is it Squadron? What is that? It's Squadron something. Squadron 42. Squadron 42. That game has apparently been feature complete now for like a year, and it's still not out. Infinite Money Pit. If that game, if the full Star Citizen game ever releases, I'll probably be on my deathbed from old age, at the ripe old age of 132, being like, it finally happened, and they all said it wouldn't come. Modeling in gaming nowadays. You're talking about like designing models for games, or are you talking about like something else? Because ultimately, I mean, it's like I was just saying, I do think you need as many original assets in your game as you can manage. A lot of people You want to take up modeling? Like 3D modeling? Like learning Blender? Or are you joking? Like this, if you're joking about like actual fashion modeling, hell no. Do I look like a model to you, brother? Hell no. And on top of that, you could not pay me enough to get involved with that psychotic industry. All of those people are we're demons in human skin. I don't want anything to do with that shit. Keep me the hell away from it. Video game Eddie Brock. Not happening. I swear I saw that they were going to try to get Squadron 42 out by 2027. Is that real, or am I tripping? It looks like they're trying to get it on consoles, too. That can't be real. Look like a grunt. Yeah, see, that's more honesty. Like actual people creating stuff for games, like new quests and new areas in the game. Getting jacked. Okay, well, I want to be jacked, but I want to be, like, ugly jacked. I want to be, like, Gears of War jacked. You know what I'm saying? Could be the next James Bond villain. Okay, see, now that I'd be suited for. Just, like, burn half my face off or something. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. No, I'm always talking about getting jacked because everybody should be jacked. Grunt Brothers. This is crazy. Apparently, they are going to try to get this game on consoles. And this is an article from 2024 that says the game might come out in 2026. But given that that's actually around the corner, I'm starting to doubt it. If they actually released that game, that would be crazy. But I mean, they just apparently they're hiring people to port it to consoles. So, can you imagine playing Star Citizen on the Nintendo Switch 2? What a flex! Get yoked, brothers. Yeah, there's no excuse. You got to be hitting the weights. You got to be lifting heavy. Trevelyan, reckon you could die in every movie appearance too? Oh yeah, I could die in every movie appearance. That wouldn't be too hard. Except for the one he was supposed to die in, which is Silent Hill Revelation, where it would have made sense for him to die. For England, James? Speaking of which, I'm going to do a video on GoldenEye for the N64 pretty soon. I'm excited about that. No. For me. Call it Star Crasher. Hell yeah. What do you guys think? Let's do some Doom 2016. I got to pay off what I said I was going to do last night, which is play Doom 2016, just so you guys can see with your own eyes how fucking different it is from the Dark Ages. Ninja Gaiden 4 to do well so Soul Slop can die. I agree. I need Soul Slop to stop being a thing. All right, let's make it happen. We're playing Doom 2016. I promised you guys this would go down, and here it's about to go down. And before Sam, no Halo. I need somebody to make a meme where it's that guy who's saying so no head, and he throws the phone on the ground, but it's Sam is saying so no Halo, phone on the ground. Doom 2016 is bad. Hell yeah, it's the best Doom game. But the main reason I want to play it is because when I was playing Doom the Dark Ages and I was like falling asleep on Nightmare, you guys are gonna watch me like fucking sweating on this game on Nightmare, because it is, I don't know what happened. I guess a lot of people left and joined id Software. Doom the Dark Ages is cool, but you guys are about, when this baby hits 77 miles an hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. I know Xbox and PlayStation have a lot of capabilities. I believe it would be hard to bring Squadron 42 and other assets from Star Citizen over to console. I don't know if that's even possible. It'd be a controller, not an Xbox 360 controller. Let's go down, come on. I see that you posted you wanted to love Doom the Dark Ages. That damn color-coded parry is so dog shit. But I'm in-game, so I can't approve it. Oh, somebody else approved it. Cool. We're going to do new slot, start campaign. We're not going to do Ultra Nightmare, but we will do Nightmare. All right, do you guys remember how long it took Doom the Dark Ages to start up? I was like staring at a fucking cutscene for 3 minutes, and then it forced me through its shitty tutorials. Well, you guys are about to watch how it's done. We're getting in there. Doom the Dark Ages. I'm on Nightmare on Doom the Dark Ages already. What do I need? I need to play it on Pandemonium? That's insane. I remember when I played Doom Eternal on fucking Ultra Violence and it beat the hell out of me. None of that matters now. It's all going to be okay. Because we're about to play Kino. That's right. We're about to play some Peak. If it'll ever load. Jumps off from the start. Oh yeah, this game does not waste your fucking time. We're talking masterpiece right now. It doesn't normally take this long to load. Even this loading screen, actually. Even this loading screen, look at how simple this is. It's just Mars spinning, UAC logo, black screen, Korax entry. I don't know what that is. I don't care what that is. Super cool. Love it. Look at this quote. So you walk eternally through the shadow realm, standing against evil where all others falter. May your thirst for retribution never quench. May the blood on your sword never dry, and may we never need you again. Well, they do need you again. Let's get it.
They are rage, brutal, without mercy. But you
Play it on no fun. I want to die difficulty. Yeah.
tear until it is done.
Rip and tear until it's done. Look at this. Watch. Watch this. $18 seconds. It took 18 seconds from the time we started, after the little intro sequence, Rip and Tear until it's done. It took 18 seconds for that cutscene to play out before I was moving. Less than 20 seconds. Look at that. Simple. I see my pistol. It's dope. Looks cool. And honestly, this 2016 game looks as good as Dark Ages. Well, that might not be fair, but it looks great. Strike system in Dark Age is such an overcomplicated downgrade compared to normal Doom Glory kill system. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look how weird this is in a good way. What's going on?
We have to contain this.
Already the sense of dread and foreboding. Look at how much blood is on the ground. The candles, the incantation, the sigils, sparks, the alarm, the dread. Oh, it's just... And look at this. Look. Dark Ages can't compare. I see you, sweetheart. You're going to PetSmart and Home Depot?
Yeah.
You want to come say hi to the camera?
Stream.
Here she comes.
Here she comes. Ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
That looks really cool. It's super red.
Yeah, it is super red.
Hey guys.
She's on camera.
I'm going to PetSmart
Okay, have fun at PetSmart.
and Home Depot.
And Home Depot. What are you getting at Home Depot?
A plant mister.
A what?
A plant mister.
Oh, a plant, comma, mister.
No, a mister, like you spray plants.
Oh, a plant for misting plants. Okay, I
A
see.
plant mister.
I see. They say hi, by the way.
Hey y'all.
Imagine if this was a different green suit. Yeah, imagine if they gave it a cape for no reason. Doom the Dark Ages mod idea. Someone hired John St. John to dub all the lines with retching noises sprinkled throughout. Yeah. Here she goes. Yeah, yep, there she is. They all say hello. All right, look at this. Look how disturbing this cutscene is. I have yet to see anything that, like, psychotic in Doom the Dark Ages. It has no aura, dude. It's like fake aura. It's like try-hard Reddit badass aura. Look, that weird shit that just happened, that's what I needed more of. God, this game is so good. I already thought this game was peak, but after playing the Dark Ages and seeing what it can be, it actually makes this one even better. Watch what happens whenever the game tries to give us a plot.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Rezop satellite is brought back online.
Alignment error. Okay, so we know something's wrong.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel
Okay.
Hayden. I'm
Dr.
head of this
Hayden comes in.
facility.
He's trying to tell us
I
something.
think
Okay,
we
this
can
is the
work
plot. This is the
together
narrative.
and resolve this problem in a way that benefits
We're going to resolve the problem. No, we're not going to resolve the problem, Hayden. We're done. That's it. This is how you start a Doom game? Yeah, I miss this suit so much. Everything about this game is... Oh! Oh my gosh. It's peak. It's peak, guys. Look at this. That is the top half of a torso sliced by the door, blood everywhere, torn up door. Look at this. This is what the Dark Ages was missing. The Dark Ages feels like a game for pussies in comparison. Look at this. Look at this. You can see the eyeball. You can see his eyeball still in there. Where was this? Okay, do you see this? This is what I was talking about. There's nothing like this in the Dark Ages. Still so smooth? Yes, still so smooth. I still think the chronological playthrough of the series would really work in terms of mechanic progression. Yes, mechanic maybe. Strike meter, yeah, Master Chief has a cool green... Yes, he does have a cool green suit. But it's the vibe. It's the darkness, the fog, the gore. Watch this. Also, the music. I don't even have to say... You guys know about the music already, alright? Look at this. It's only going to get better. It's only... Look at this. Look at the blood on the windshield. That's a demon. That is not a faction enemy. That is a demon from hell. So much blood and the glory kill. It's Kino, guys. All right, let's get this started. The flesh and metal merge. Oh, it's so good. Look at this. I have yet to see anything even remotely that cool in the Dark Ages. Oh, the fucking music, guys. Hang on, I've been playing Baby's first Doom game, the Dark Ages, too long. I gotta lock back in. One imp hit almost eviscerated my health. I went from 75 to like 20. Oh, it's so good. Game is so well optimized you can run on a toaster for Dark Ages. You need a 5090 and you still can barely hit 100 FPS. Yeah, I'm live streaming in 2K right now. Streamlabs is on. I died. I was trying too. Like, I wasn't trying to die because in the Dark Ages I'm like waltzing through it, looking at the chat. You and me really just like the Dark Ages for different reasons. Yes, but both are valid reasons. It's Doom and Quake because the Quake series has no identity. Yeah, true. Yeah. Fuck, it's so good, guys. Hang on, we got to get back into it. Let's. You see, when I was playing the Dark Ages, I was just like looking at the chat, taking my time. This game, every time I look at the chat, I'm risking immediate death.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Fellas. Ah, whoops. Killed myself. There's the head. Are you guys seeing the difference? You guys are seeing the difference, right? Whoops. Okay, whatever. That would be cool if you could play this game on your fridge like you can with Skyrim. Yeah. Like, I don't have to make the... But Evan must stand and fight, Hugo Martin, Marty. Because I know... You mean Marty Stratton, not O'Donnell. Marty O'Donnell is the Halo composer. But yes, your point stands, I think. I just don't understand what they were... Why don't we pop in MCC to compare? I can't pop it in because it's not downloaded. All right, let's do this. All right, I got fucking first mission. I gotta lock in. It's not stopping to show me tutorial screens either, guys. You noticing that? It's not pulling up a tutorial screen saying, make sure you kill 3 demons in a specific way, or we'll keep respawning the same demon to make you kill it.
Presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
It doesn't have to... Look, if this was Doom the Dark Ages, it would stop and pull up a PNG to tell me when the demonic presence is too high, you have to kill all the demons in an area or you can't progress. Doom 2016 just has it in the background, letting you know what's up. You can tell the difference in both games. Yeah, and one of them is clearly better. And it's this one. This one is better.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Bro is fast as fuck, boy. Oh! This is a baby game? Bullshit, Sam.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown.
That they don't want to repeat themselves with every game, but at some point you lose your identity. Facts. That, yes. That. You don't have to repeat yourself, but you can't lose your identity. And they did. They have. Doom the Dark Ages is a great game, but it does not feel like a Doom game. Oh, by the way, this game is just going to keep getting better. Oh, look at this.
He cannot be allowed to leave this place. He would ruin everything.
Okay, 5 seconds. That was 5 seconds. It gave me 5 seconds of exposition from my villain, and then it let me move on. It didn't give me a 2 or 3 minute cutscene of a Saturday morning cartoon villain explaining his sinister plan.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand, our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
That's it. The game will not give us another cutscene for like the next 2 hours. No cutscenes at all, actually. The game will not stop us for about another 2 or 3 hours of gameplay. That was it. We're done. That's it. Play game now. We're in the game. Based on your level-headed ranting, I have a few ideas of how they could bridge from Dark Ages to here, but the character limit and people's attention spans won't work for that. Because they don't need to bridge the fucking... Look at this. You don't need to bridge the gap. You just need to give me cool shit. Mountains. I don't need to know that those are the mountains of Kandahar, where the once thing once happened in the once time. I don't need to do... This is a fucking Doom game. If I was playing Final Fantasy, I might want to know that. Badass intro to a game? Yes, and particularly a badass intro to a Doom game. Doom guy's body language in this game, so good. Because he's just... Oh, picking... I like the codex entries. Because he's just an angry dude. They personified Doomslayer in the third... They started to do it in the second game, but they ended up personifying the Doomslayer into like a god character. It's just... They got so... They just jumped the fucking shark. There was no E1M1 in Dark Ages. I found it so strange. Yeah, it is weird. They don't... It's not imperative that they have E1M1, but the fact of the matter is that it wasn't just E1M1 with these games. Mick Gordon has references. This soundtrack alone references like 12 different Doom 1 songs, several different Doom 2 songs. I already died. That's the difference. I'm actually trying to play this game and I died. The entirety of the Doom 3 theme is worked in to one of this game's actual tracks from Doom 3, Doom 1, Doom 2. That's not because they were trying. It's because Mick Gordon really likes Doom, and he wanted to pay honor to it. Care about King Knight Sentinel and his daughter? Because I don't give a shit about King Novik and his daughter. Is there any sort of health care in hell? If Doom guy didn't finish that last guy off, we're dealing with a herniated lumbar disc. Yeah. Dark Ages make y'all care about the betrayer's son? I forgot about them, dude. Are they actually in Doom Eternal? Do they show up? Alright, I gotta kind of lock in here because this game is not easy like the Dark Ages. I've been playing Dark Ages so much, I'm not as good at playing video games anymore. That game made me worse at playing video games. Fucking parry slop. Yeah, let's make our FPS game that we're known for into a parry slop game. Whoops. I used to be a lot better at this game too, by the way. I used to be really good at this game, but I've been playing other games, and Doom the Dark Age is fucking so much easier. Oh, whoops. Hang on. I needed to get out of there anyway. Okay. They're in Doom the Dark Age. I don't even give a shit about that. You pay in blood because it's hell. No, not in the Dark. You don't pay in blood in the Dark Ages because hell isn't a thing in the Dark Ages. It's some other dimension where demons are just an enemy faction. This is hell. These are demons. These are irredeemable psychotic monsters that don't have independent thought beyond bloodshed and evil. Evil. They're just evil. I would love to see someone who got really good at Doom the Dark Ages but had never played the other games before play this game on Nightmare. I think that would be hysterical. Of a Doom game, it's like how the worst parts of Just Cause franchise were the story bits, even when they were just Team America. Yeah. It's such a delicate balance with a Doom game. Wants his rhythm game back. You mean Doom the Dark Ages? But you can fly a cyber dragon! I don't want to fly a cyber dragon. I want to disembowel a demon in a visceral manner that would make the ESRB uncomfortable while raiding it. Evan, we playing Star Wars Kinect? I don't own a Kinect, nor would I play that if I did. Actually, I might, because it's such a funny idea. Whoop. Damn. I'm getting my ass kicked by the first real arena of the game. Playing about factions, Doom Eternal started that shit. It did. But Doom Eternal was also still a good game. I keep doing that. I keep forgetting when it's loading, it fucking... Here we go again. I had already almost beaten the first level of the Dark Ages on Nightmare at this point, guys. Like, this is insane. You're not going to give us an hour review on Star Wars Kinect? How funny would that be, though? Like, what if I did that, the joke would have to be that I'm taking it completely seriously. It would have to be like a meta situation where the people in the comments were like making fun of me because they were like, look at this dude taking Star Wars Kinect seriously. And I would just get spammed to comments, but people being like, it's not that deep, little bro. That'd be on my comment. Motherfucker! Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I knew Doom the Dark Ages was easier, but I didn't realize it was this bad. This game is on a whole different fucking level of difficulty. Having King Sentinel and his daughter, the Betrayer and his son, for them just to basically do nothing. Dark Ages is on a cliffhanger because we need DLC. Because they're characters that were introduced. The last Star Wars content before Disney acquisition. That's true. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think there was like 1 or 2 books that got released that are technically last Star Wars. But it might be the last Star Wars game. Alright, I gotta lock in for real because I'm getting my ass kicked. I do seem to recall this particular arena being harder than normal. Not just because you don't have the weapons and resources that you'll have in the later game. The icon of, hang on, I can't read that. I gotta lock in a little bit. So it's not as hard later. as it is here, just because you have resources. That was a risky move. I can't keep popping around these barrels either. It's gonna get my ass killed. We're bunny hopping. Ain't no stand and fight. We gotta move. Oh, that's so good. You guys gotta understand, I'm actually a raging fucking psychopath, and I have to like keep it in bounds at all times. I don't want Doom to be twisted because I think it's like coolio. I'm actually like suffering from immense psychopathy, and I need things to satiate my. It's so good. Bunny hopping, let's go! We figured when you passed up Halo. I love Halo, alright? Dancing was unironically better send off than what Disney did to him. It's actually true. I actually agree with that. Alright, there's something that I need to do to this game really quick. Music volume. Oh, I already did it. Okay. I was going to turn the music volume up and the SFX down, but it looks like I already did that. Music should still be louder. We need more. Yes, we need more. More! Look at this. Where is that in the Dark Ages? This is reprehensible. In the best way. Doom 2016 is full of package like Halo 3, single player, normal multiplayer, and Snap Map. Yeah, RIP Snap Map. I forgot to get the key from Homeboy. Where is it? Is it down here? There we go. A lot of people sucked at Doom 2016 Team Deathmatch and they bitched to Marty to take away stuff. Oh, dude, the Doom 2016 multiplayer is a gift. We got grenades. The only reason why I like New Doom is because I'm a wheelchair with little more accessible with difficulty. Whatever you're referring to with CP, you gotta not abbreviate it, brother. I'm doing you a favor by telling you that. You can never abbreviate whatever that is. He can be saved. Yeah, he can be saved. Go back. He's still alive. Oh, it's so good. I know I was supposed to use my grenade back there, but look at this industrial technology. Look at the fucking aura on this. If they force ray tracing in this, it'd look even better. How do I use my grenades again? I forgot. Is it one of these keys? Cerebral palsy, I'm guessing? Okay, see, that makes sense. You have to never abbreviate that. Ever. Okay, I guess I don't have a grenade button. It's unfortunate. Normally I'd be getting ready to wrap up streaming by now, but fuck, the game is just so good. I gotta figure out which key binding I have for grenade. Is it equipment? It's gotta be this. Alright, we're gonna find out. Do I need to use this again? Auto map downloaded? Okay. Which has glory kills and has a million Tyranids on screen. The excuse to remove them in the Dark Ages is so lame. They did it Focus on the story. I'm gonna smash my head through the fucking keyboard. Jack video delayed 2 weeks as Evan rediscovered Doom. Don't, because that's a real possibility. This is so good. About to just beat the whole game. Be like, sorry guys, no Jack 3 video, because I had to beat Doom 2016 on Nightmare. I didn't have a choice. Yeah, I didn't know how to spell it. Sorry. Listen, brother, totally okay. You know, I'm just telling you for your own good and future reference. You can't. You're just saving you some issues. But yeah, that sucks, man. Cerebral palsy's awful. But I feel like you could just play this game on an easier difficulty, though, huh? You could just play it on like normal. Doom 2016, I presume. Yes, it is the superior Doom game. Far better than the Dark Ages. I think it's gonna happen. Well, I mean, you guys are seeing the keynote here, right? Like you're seeing how good this is. Wait with a grin on my face so you just see them. I had the high score. I don't think it was the high, but I had a really high score for this particular map on the arcade mode for a while. It's probably long since beaten, but we'll go take a look and see where it's at. Get back here with my thing. I need that. Alright, we gotta do explosive shot. Because we have to. I like how he punches that thing. Fuck out of here. God, this game is so fucking good, dude. Oh. This game elicits primordial responses in me. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm ethnically mostly British. Like, this is the kind of game that activates my colonization instincts and makes me want to go find a land of people and, like... I'm gonna stop talking there. It's just a really good game is what I'm trying to say. Right, here we... Where is this in the Dark Ages? Look at this dude. Oh, that's two people. That was a... They wouldn't be... Whoever's working in the Dark Ages, they couldn't get somebody to make these models right here because it would make them uncomfortable. They'd be like, I don't want to model out the intestines falling out of a dude's top of his torso. I can, but hands don't work as fast in my brain. Damn, dude. Well, look, maybe Dark Ages is... If you love it, brother. And I'm glad that you're having a good time with it. Stopped yourself just in time. I don't always stop myself just in time, I tell you. It makes you want to own someone you know. All right, no, hang on. I didn't say that shit. It makes you want to own someone, you know? Don't colonize the Philippines! I don't have a choice, guys. The Doomslayer told me to do it. Oh, fuck, I didn't even know you were down there. Fuck, it's so good. Let's go colonize the Antarctic. It's the only place left that hasn't been colonized. We have to. We don't have a choice. Well, I'm banned on MCC again. What are you doing to get banned, brother? You're just talking shit? If you really liked Halo as much as you claim to like Halo, you'd stop doing shit to get yourself banned all the time, wouldn't you? Oh, fuck. That homeboy came out of nowhere. I need that help. Give me that. Oh, shit. Hold on to that for me. It's so good. It's so good. I've had more fun in the 30 minutes of my playing this than I've had in my entire time playing Doom: The Dark Ages. It's just better. It's just a better game. Sorry, it's just better. It's that much better too. Oh fuck. And the demons' projectiles hurt each other. Not a hard concept. No from stream. Oh no, no, you're not. No. Southern gentleman, stop that right now. British colonization. It's no fun if the land isn't inhabited. Oh, India! We're coming back! If this is that good, imagine what MCC Halo 3 would do for you. Not this. Although I do love Halo 3. It's only been 5 minutes. It's only been 5. I've only been playing this game for 5 minutes. That's crazy. I guess I can spare another 5 minutes. Perfect storm. Everything is dialed in. Sound effects, music, level design, enemy design, gunplay, movement, animation, models, particle effects, everything. It's dialed in. See, I don't need fucking dragons in the sky to know that this is cool. Fuck out of here. Could use a little colonization, not gonna lie. Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Mars is red, Doom Guy is fun, rip and tear until it is done. I need that on a shirt. I need that on a shirt. Mars is red, Doom Guy is fun, rip and tear until it is done. And a partridge in a fucking pear tree. Hold on, I gotta kill this guy. All this talk of colonization is hurting my Australian. No. Evan to play until midnight instead. No, I can't. I have a Jack 3 video to work on, guys. I can't just play Doom until midnight. That's bad company. That'd be a good game to stream. Where's it coming from? It's got to be up there. All right, there's a way to get up there. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Do I get... I think I have to get up there. I don't mind dragging the sky. Neither do I, but not when it's a fucking Doom game. Roses are red, violets are blue. I play Halo, and so should you. And so I shall, but not tonight. What is a good colonization game? There has to be one. There doesn't have to be one, although there should be one. You probably have to play something like Age of Empires or some fucking RTS to get that. I think they actually made a game where you play as Native Americans fighting off like the Portuguese. But I think because of a bunch of people requesting, they allowed you to play as the Portuguese at some point. Our Scotch-Irish, we gave the British a good fight, but we also respect pride once ancestors. Hey, look, Tim. I took two different DNA tests. I have some Irish in me and some Scottish in me too. I'm mostly British ethnically, but I got some Scotch and some Irish in me as well. I think my girlfriend is mostly Irish, so I'm still holding up the colonization tradition of my ancestors with that one. I don't know if she'd appreciate that joke. It's only 10:15 a.m. I think you can play till midnight. Oh, it's only 10:15 a.m. my time? Oh, I got time then. Okay, I don't want to go through the door because you can get there's a way to get up there, but it's been fucking forever since I played it. I'm trying to remember how do you do it. I know that eventually we gotta go. It's this isn't it. This just takes me right back to where I was. Basically a colonization. Oh yeah, there's a good bit of that in New Vegas. How do you do it? I don't remember. You have to like get up there or something. There's a way to. Fuck, I feel like I remember. She's going to Home Depot. Yeah, she's going to. She is a keeper. She's going to Home Depot to get a plant mister. Is this it? Not quite. 50% Scotch in all my Australian. The British haven't exactly done my ancestors any favors. Ashkenazi ancestry, Evan? 0. None. I'm 100% pure Anglo-Saxon, brother. Verified by 2 different DNA tests. So, no perks for me. I was both in America and my ancestors from Spain. Double the native treatment. Damn, yeah. You're flexing on us with that one. Is it this? This looks promising. Fuck, how do I get up there? I don't remember. Maybe it's not, maybe I can't do it yet, but I swear that you could. It's that, right? Like, EP DNA on the dark web? Probably. I'm sure there is. I don't know what you're going to do with it. You're going to clone me? Mistreated by someone at some point? It's terrible? Probably. 100% Sam. It's terminal. What can you do? You're going to have to live with it for the rest of your life, apparently. Okay. Is this it? No, it wasn't fucking convoluted like that. I remember it not being convoluted. I have to get up on this fucking thing, right? Like, that's... You need the thing for your Spanish American hands. I don't even know what that means. Thing for your boots to get up there? Oh, maybe so. Whatever. It's not that important. I just wanted to get the little guy. Fucking whatever. We're going in.
Welcome to the UAC. Now 221 accident-free days.
Attack of the EP clones time? Yeah, we're going to Attack of the Clones EP time. I need some clones, man. I need a couple thousand of me to put together a revolution. Reinstate a new kind of monarchy back in Britain. I'm gonna storm the British palace and tell them there's a new king in town. The prince has become king now. I am actually descended from a king, but it's like thousands of generations. Not that it's very many generations back. But my mother and my grandmother are super into genealogy of our family line, and we have traced it back to Alfred the Great, and we think Charlemagne. We're a little foggy on that one. In stream, but the humans of the female variety are very nice there. No, you could talk about females in a adult mature way. It's gooner talk, no gooner talk, because gooning is death.
I am Vega, the sentient intelligence assigned to Mars.
Forgot about Vega.
After
So
running
cool.
diagnostics on the Praetor suit, it appears that I can activate optional challenges that, when completed, will assist in upgrading your arsenal at an accelerated pace.
America could use some
I
monarchy
can
as
add a
well.
tracking
Forget about Britain.
component to your dossier.
You said it. Dude, Vega was a lot cooler when he was just an AI. What's a gooner? It's someone who masturbates, which you should not do. I don't know if you guys know this, but monkeys and chimpanzees only masturbate when they're held in captivity. It's not a natural thing that can be observed in the primate world, unless you put them in captivity. So what does that tell you? Anytime you get the urge to masturbate, remember that you're acting like a chimpanzee in captivity. Only goon on Mondays. Okay, well then it'll be easier for you to cut that out. Hit the gym instead.
Main power offline. All entrances not operating.
Look at the atmosphere. Look how good this is. Fuck, it's so good. All rats in a cage, but we don't have to be.
Main power offline. All entrances
Look at the atmosphere. The fog. Look at this. Look at how good this looks. I think this is where Olivia talks to you. Makes you go blind in hairy palms. Alfred the Great and Charlemagne, they're awesome leaders. I like a lot of people
Especially now.
we have running things nowadays, and they were both religious. I think you mean unlike a lot of the people we have. Yeah, Alfred is... I'm 100% a descendant of Alfred. Charlemagne I'm a little foggy on, but I don't know. I'd like to think I am. This just looks more fun. It is more fun.
My sisters and brothers
Oh, by the way, this story segment, you can just walk away anytime you want. The game lets you look at it, but you can just leave. You don't have to listen to her. Nationwide mouse utopia experiment. We are, though. That's real. Can't fall for it.
Especially now. In what will be your final moments in this world? Always the human sacrifice.
I think that the gameplay kind of speaks for itself. I think that anyone could look at this and realize that it is observably more fun.
My sisters and brothers be thankful. You will have a seat alongside them just as I have. On the new world they created for us.
Got cheese after the shock therapy. Where's mine? Good question. Okay, I forget where the door is. That just flipped the switch that unlocked a door. And I forget where it is. It's down. Okay, so it's down there.
Especially now. In what will be your final moments.
Oh, yes! Fellas, let's play some Doom. On Steam, it says uninstall. Hell no, look at this. This is peak. This is Kino. Look, we're on Mars.
Sisters and brothers be thankful. You will be the first.
Secret level. Hell yeah. I forgot I'm supposed to kick him, but whatever.
Demonic presence at unsafe
Okay,
levels.
this is a good place to call it, but I do want to go look at my arcade score for the first level, because it used to be mad, like, high. I worked my ass off to get it, like, really high. But that was years ago, so. Okay, so, fuck. I was in, like, the top few hundred. But now I'm only top 2,000. Damn, people have dialed that shit in crazy. I am in the top 3,000 still on that mission. Holy shit. What's the max score on this fucking thing? 150,000 to live comfortably. I need 1 million to live comfortably so that I can spend it all on making better video games. By the way, for people supporting the channel, all of that shit's going to be dumped back into making media. I'm working on a novel right now, a science fiction novel that I plan to turn into a series. Gonna be dope, I hope. I didn't actually want to play this. Oh, by the way, guys, I also have a Patreon now. If you're not a member, or you don't want to be a member on YouTube for whatever reason, a bunch of people have been telling me they would like me to have a Patreon because they don't want to support YouTube or something. So I now have a Patreon that you guys can go to if that's more so your thing. You can find the link in the description. You don't have to, but whatever. The money goes to the channel, goes to content. I'm trying to figure out a way to upload my backlog of videos onto my Patreon so you can watch them ad-free if you want. It's turning out to be a problem because there's a 5 gigabyte upload limit, so I might have to compress them, which will deteriorate the quality, but it will be... I'm going to store my money so I can buy a house and land. No, that's what I want all of you to do. Hoard your money, buy a house and a land. YouTube takes huge cuts. That's probably why. Yeah, that's what they've been telling me. I didn't actually know that. I didn't really look into it that much. I just threw the members up there, and I let people join if they want. The membership is still an option for people who want to do it, so you can get emojis and badges and chats and perks in the live stream chats and stuff. But if you don't want to do that, you can go to my Patreon. I made it today. The link is in the description. It's not clickable for some reason, which I'm just now seeing. But you can go there. Same prices, same membership perks. I don't know how to make my videos, like, I might have to, like, link I think if I upload a video for members first and someone has the link, they can see it, but I'm not sure. So I have to figure out how to handle that. But if you want to support me, you can do so on Patreon. You can do so by becoming a YouTube member. Either or, you're still going to get a PDF of the... excuse me. The secondary tier will get a PDF of my sci-fi novel that I'm working on. Should be done, hopefully, before the end of the year. I have the cover art and everything about ready. But yeah, feels so lonely. Well, start hitting the weights, brother. Women are more likely to want to be around you if you're jacked. I can tell you that. Yeah, but that's my spiel. I want to thank you guys again for hanging out with me for the last 95 minutes. Of course, got to get my Jak 3 video ready. It is planned for this coming Sunday. I hope to upload it on Saturday so people will get early access to it. Might just see if I can put it on my Patreon so people can get it there as well. Did I know that there's Teen Titan video games? No, I did not know that there's a Teen Titans video game. That's really cool. I like Teen Titans. I really loved the series. I grew up with it. That's really dope. I might want to play that. Is it like a GBA game? Anyways, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. Of course, Jak 3 video on Sunday, hopefully sooner, even for members and patrons. And then Monday live stream, probably more Doom the Dark Ages. Got to get through it. And then, of course, Wednesday, probably some kind of video game. Thursday will be more chill stream. I will look into Teen Titans game. I'm also going to look into it now. I'm really curious. Skinny friend gets chicks. Yes, but no. I can't elaborate on that anymore. I got to go. Kratos was playable on PlayStation ports of Mortal Kombat 9. I did know that. All right, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Much love.